It is roughly 100,000 years ago, and you wake up face down on cold dirt with no phone, no shoes, no knife, no jacket, and no Uber Eats driver bringing you a sandwich. The air smells like smoke, wet grass, and something with teeth. Nearby, people talk in a language you do not understand. Farther away, an animal screams like nature just invented surround sound. You are alone in the Stone Age with nothing. So, can you survive? First, bad news. The Stone Age is not a camping trip with worse Wi-Fi. Every basic thing you use without thinking, clean water, cooked food, shelter, medicine, laws, has to be earned. The good news is that humans were not helpless cave goblins. By 100,000 years ago, survival was already a team sport. Your first problem is not food. It is exposure. Modern people love saying, "I could survive in the wild," right up until the temperature drops and their toes start filing a complaint. You need shelter before night, because your body is basically a warm, fragile meat battery. At Blombo's Cave in South Africa, archaeologists found Middle Stone Age layers dating between 100,000 and 70,000 years ago, with repeated human activity in a coastal cave. A cave blocks wind, hides firelight, protects sleep, and gives you one less direction to be attacked from. Practical, ancient, extremely underrated, so your move is simple. Follow smoke, cliffs, or people. Do not wander heroically into open grassland like the main character in a documentary that ends badly. If you find a rock shelter, stay near the entrance, not deep inside where animals may already own the lease. Look for old ash, broken bones, stone flakes, and footprints. In the Stone Age, a good neighborhood is basically ash, bones, and nobody eating you. Second problem, fire. You probably cannot make it. Sorry. Your survival fantasy just got canceled. Evidence from Gesher Benat Yaakov in Israel shows burned flint, wood, and seeds about 790,000 years ago, meaning humans were controlling fire long before your very bad morning. But knowing fire exists and making fire from scratch are different hobbies. Aristotle, writing in the 4th century BCE, would later become the ancient world's version of that one guy at dinner who explains everything with terrifying confidence. Pliny the Elder in the 1st century CE was similar, except with more volcano-related career risk. Neither is here to help you. Tragic. So you do not try to invent civilization before lunch. You steal fire socially. Find a camp. Approach slowly. Hands visible. Head low. No sudden moves. Smile? Maybe not too much. A big toothy grin can read less friendly traveler and more confused predator. Could a stranger kill you before a hyena even gets a chance? Yes, they could. But a group is still your best chance, because one human with nothing is lunch. 10 humans with fire are a committee meeting with spears. Third problem, food. This is where modern confidence becomes extremely funny. You walk past plants every day without knowing which ones are edible, poisonous, medicinal, or just pretending to be salad. At Schöningen in Germany, archaeologists found wooden spears and throwing sticks in a hunting landscape roughly 300,000 years old, among the oldest preserved hunting weapons known. Ancient hunting was not grab stick, bonk deer, become legend. It was planning, teamwork, tool-making, tracking, and one intense person whispering, "Not yet, not yet." You, meanwhile, should not hunt a horse with a branch. Collect low-risk food, shellfish near the coast, visible nuts or fruits only if people around you are eating them, insects if desperate, and marrow from cracked bones if you can get it without competing with animals that have better teeth and worse manners. At Blombo's, people used coastal resources like shellfish along with land animals, which is the mixed menu you want when your cooking skill is panic. Quick rule, copy the locals. If they eat it, maybe you eat it. If only birds eat it, do not turn yourself into a science experiment. Fun modern contrast. Friction matches appeared in the 1800s, and safety matches became common later in the 19th century. That means humans spent hundreds of thousands of years depending on shared embers and careful fuel management before we got the tiny magic stick you lose in a kitchen drawer. And then there is the real final boss, trust. Around 90,000 to 120,000 years ago, early modern humans lived around school in Kafsa in the Levant. At Blombo's, ochre processing toolkits dated around 100,000 years ago suggest people were not only surviving but making pigments, possibly for marking objects, bodies, or social identity. Translation: these people had rules. Belonging mattered. Signals mattered. If you wake up with nothing, your most important tool is not a spear. It is becoming useful before becoming suspicious. so help. Carry wood, watch children, clean hides, point at danger, share food you find. Make yourself boringly helpful. Ancient humans did not survive because every individual was a superhero. They survived because knowledge moved from person to person, where water hides, which tracks matter, when the sky means trouble, which elder knows things, and which confident guy is basically Stone Age Pliny. Zoom out, and the lesson is uncomfortable but beautiful. You are not weak because you need other people. You are human because you need other people. Survival was not about being the toughest body in the landscape. It was about joining a mind bigger than your own. So yes, you might survive your first day 100,000 years ago, but only if you learn the oldest human skill of all. Don't act like the main character when the tribe has not approved your casting yet.